best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. It's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias Podcast with Lydell Dinero and Hugo Twilight.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and it's time for another Best of Bias podcast, starring yours truly. It's Lydell Dinero in the building. We got AKA in the building. We got Sean E in the building. He back, and we got a grand spanking new guest in the building. I'll let him introduce himself. Who we got in the building today?
Hello, my name is LBZ. I stand for Laid Back Zach. Originally from Compton, California. Been up in the Bay Area, North Bay, specifically for about a decade or more. So, you know.
All right. Yeah, man. Part of the family out here. Wanted to get him on the pod. It's been a while. Been trying to get him out here for a while. This is episode 104. If you guys are counting out there, Best of Bias family, episode 104. You know what the Best of Bias is all about. You bring your bias to the table. We talk about it and kind of discuss what's going on. But this week, we talking about a little bit of sports and a little bit of pop culture. A little mix of both, you know what I'm saying? So let's get started. You ready for some topics?
Let's hit it.
I'm saying I need a little more enthusiasm. Are y'all ready for some topics? Yeah, okay. There we go. Let's get started with some NBA. NBA has been in full swing post All-Star weekend. Let's get the thoughts out here about All-Star weekend. You guys watch the All-Star weekend festivities? Yes,
I did.
All right. So, how did you guys feel about the festivities?
The game could have been a little bit better.
The actual game itself?
The game itself, the celebrity game was really the highlight of the weekend for me.
Really? You was feeling that? It's funny.
Yeah, Miles Garrett doing his thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Machine Gun Kelly looking stupid.
Trash.
Trash.
Oh my
God. Say trash.
Oh my God. And what about Jack Harlow's jump shot though? He was knocking him down, but that jump shot was crazy as hell.
Yeah. Supposedly Tyler Hero supposedly helped him with it, but
oh my God, it's the weirdest, ugliest little push shot of all time. We had this triple jumper. I think it was like an Olympic triple jumper out there, just jumping around, bouncing everywhere.
Yeah, he was doing his thing too.
It was some shit going down. But MVP, Alex Toussaint, my Peloton coach. Shout out Alex, even though he hasn't put out no new rides lately. Got me out here riding some bullshit, but you know what I'm saying? He got the MVP. I think he put up I don't know. To be honest, Jimmy Allen put up 21 or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I think he probably should have won it, but Alex Toussaint was kind of putting in work a little earlier, so they kind of gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? LBZ, how'd you feel about the game?
Thought the All-Star weekend as a whole was it was kind of underwhelming overall. I mean, like he was saying, the celebrity game was dope. I feel like if that's the highlight of All-Star weekend, then it probably wasn't. It could have, because usually the dunk contest, let's be honest, is the highlight, but we all know how that went. It just wasn't.
Oh my God.
It was trash. It was horrible. It's horrible.
Some say the worst of all time. I'm not even gonna cap. Some say the worst of all time.
It was the worst of my lifetime to me, as far as I'm concerned. It was bad. Yeah.
About I kind of felt like the celebrity game was okay. Actually, one of the girls in it went to our high school, Fremont High School. Brittany Elena. She was one of my cousin's friends. Actually, she kind of made her way on. She's on the super come up. She was working hard out there in LA. Got in there right and was able to become one of the faces for the WNBA for female basketball there and ESPN and stuff like that. She's talking to all the players, kind of holding it down for, the WNBA, kind of being a correspondent with, pop culture, hip hop culture, kind of fashion and stuff. She's kind of known for dancing and shit, doing the Millie Rock and shit like that. You guys have probably seen her. She was actually on fucking Kevin Hart's Real Husbands of Hollywood. She had a cameo in there. She was on Wildin' Out. She was one of the Wildin' Out girls on the show. So she's kind of been everywhere, kind of in LA as in the spotlight. She's actually best friends with Odell Beckham's baby mama, which is kind of funny. So her and OBJ are pretty close as well.
So she really tapped in.
Oh yeah. It's interesting to see her on that. She had betting odds in the All-Star game.
Wow.
The Celebrity All-Star game. That was kind of wild to see. But I know Quavo was hella mad because Bill Walton kept taking him out.
Yeah.
And he wanted to win MVP because I think he won MVP a couple of times, and he's trying to be the hip hop player that's the best at basketball, or they're the one that everybody looks to be the aficionado of basketball and hip hop.
I don't know, man. Chris Brown kind of nice.
Yeah, but they never let him play.
Nice.
He never plays in these things though.
Yeah, he used to.
Yeah, he's fucking nice. He's probably one of the best. Maybe Dave East can go out there and play.
Dave
East,
he's
about.
Yeah, Dave East.
Yeah, some shit. Yeah, but it was cool, man. I don't know. There's only so much you can do in Cleveland anyway. So I didn't really expect much. It's funny listening to Darius Garland get interviewed because he was a point guard, shooting guard. I forgot exactly the position, but for the Cleveland Cavaliers, he's like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do? Show the players around while they're here in Cleveland." He's like, "Yeah, show them some nice restaurants." I was like, "That's all you got to show them."
That's all they got is food
in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it was sub-0 degree temperatures. But AKA to bring you into this, I know you don't really fuck with the NBA right now, or I don't know if you ever have really, but really. As far as the dunk contest goes, aren't you like kind of back in the day used to hearing about big names in it? Michael Jordan, Dominic Wilkins. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about Jordan, nigga. I'm old, but I wasn't into basketball at all back then. I mean, but Shaq. Yeah. Shaq definitely.
You're right. You old. You're right. I'm just playing.
I'm old as shit, my nigga.
No, but yeah, for real. Not for real that you old, but I'm just saying. Back in the days, there was a bunch of all stars out there in the dunk contest. Kind of nowadays, you kind of have to do a Google search to see who the hell's in the dunk contest because they don't put stars in the dunk contest anymore. So now it's like, first of all, you have no draw by putting any stars in there. But then again, they're out here doing the same dunk 6 or 7 times and not really doing anything popping. So everybody hates it. And the old NBA players gonna keep it real. Shaq, Charles, talking big shit.
Y'all, as they should. They
should. I think the stars are scared, man. To me, it seems like the stars are scared. Like sure. I love LeBron. That's my guy. He's a Laker, but he been ducking the dunk contest his whole career. He been ducking his whole career.
Yeah,
he could have gave us at least one. He know for the culture he could have gave us one.
Yeah,
his high school dunk contest was real good.
Yeah,
right? And he still got it. And he's just scared to lose. I get it. But now you got niggas like Karl Anthony Towns winning the 3-point contest. Like shit is out of whack. Shit is out of whack right now. Yeah. I was talking hella shit before he started shooting too. I was like, all right, this nigga ain't gonna win. I don't even know why he's in the contest. And then I was actually in Vegas at a magic show. After the magic show was over, actually while the magic show was going, Karl Anthony Towns wins the 3-point contest. Shit, I guess that's magic too, because this nigga done won. Good thing I didn't put no money up out there about that nigga winning, because the odds, well, actually, I should have put some money on him. Would have won you a bunch of money.
Hell yeah. You would have won a stack on Cat. Yeah, if you'd have won for sure.
Yeah.
Nobody thought he was going to win.
Talking about LeBron, actually, let's talk about the game. You guys like the format of the new All-Star game, how each quarter starts over and shit like that, and you win money for the charity per quarter and shit like that?
That's cool. I mean, the format's cool.
Yeah, I like the charity and all that. I respect all that, but maybe I'm just old school with it. I kind of just miss the old original style. I don't mind it though. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't really bother me with the like getting to game point. So it's a little weird. I'm still getting used to it, but it's all right.
Yeah, I kind of feel like as the older players phase out, there'll kind of be more competition when it comes to these money challenges. The old players are like, oh yeah, I'm too cool to participate. I just want to be out here looking flashy and looking cool, you know what I'm saying? But these young players, I think they may have a little more of a competition factor because a lot of them are coming up at the same time and just now getting their all-star votings at the same time and want to prove that they belong, you know what I'm saying? So they might be going at each other, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's looking at Luka as the next young Don, but there's a bunch of people trying to come from that title. You got Ja out there, a bunch of young players that's making their name, that's kind of trying to prove they got it too. And then once the LeBrons of the world and Harden, KD, Chris Paul, all these niggas is gone, it's gonna be these niggas left proving to see who really got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that actually it will help. And maybe I think they should more so pick random charities rather than LeBron's team be playing for his own charity. It was kind of weird to me. That was kind of weird. And how they had the charity go into a college fund for a specific college. Like, man, I don't know. What if the kid don't want to go to Kent State?
Right. Yeah, you picking a college. You picking a college for him, like
yeah, that's kind of weird. But what about Ohio State? Somewhere that costs a little bit more money to get into.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I think they should maybe think about either getting rid of the dunk contest, adding something different, or changing it, or making some kind of criteria or something where it make it more exciting. Because this year it was just it fell off.
I got to make it where it's nationwide. Open up nationwide.
YouTubers and shit.
Okay.
If you can dunk, you can dunk. I don't care if you play rec league ball. If you can dunk, you can dunk. It'll open it up to a lot more creativity. I think a lot better contest overall.
I got it right here. Ariel, I'm gonna throw this to you. All the NBA rappers who think they can rap at All-Star Weekend, bring it out there to a freestyle competition, and they gotta battle it out to see who wins. I think that'll be a great draw. You got people out there that really think they can rap. You got, Dame.
That's a really good idea.
You know what I'm saying? You got niggas out there, and they wouldn't be scared. They want to showcase. All these ballers want to show what they got, to show that they're the best.
Not Dame. Not Dame.
Yeah. You take sign up.
Yeah, Dame want the smoke.
Take sign up. And this way, if it's a really lower level player that wants to get noticed, they can make their name by going up there and putting bars down against whoever the fuck they want to step up to. And I feel like people will respect that more than somebody missing a whole bunch of dunks. You know what I'm saying? This nigga from the Grizzlies that come off the bench, he just spit this, hot shit, fucking dissed fucking Dame Lillard, outbarred his ass. Now he's known for that. And I think that today's pop culture and the way that, kids look up to people now, I think that'll put you on stardom right there. I don't know. Don't steal my idea, NBA, without consulting with me first. God damn it.
Yeah, you might have to edit that part out. Say that.
You know what I'm saying? Bleep it out.
Sell that to him.
Yeah, aka timestamp that shit real quick. All right, let's move on into this NBA standings so we can talk about that shit forever. But NBA standings, I wanted to talk about this, aka feel free to join. Don't look so bored down there. No, but yeah, we all got really significant teams that we like, and we're kind of fanatical out here. So I wanted to give you guys some time because I haven't really heard from anybody else. I'll go on here and have rants about the Nuggets all day, but I want to hear from two teams that are really prominent in the basketball sphere, how they're feeling, and they're kind of I don't want to say on two opposite sides of the spectrum as far as playoffs and shit like that. I don't want to throw any dirt like that, but let's start with you, Zach. Let's talk.
I know he's gonna start with me.
LBZ. Let's talk about these Lakers, man. They're always in the news. It's been a lot of talk about them. They're underperforming this year. As a fan, what can you say that what are you seeing from them this year, and what do you think is the ultimate outcome that could happen this year?
First off, best of bias. How much time I got? Because I can go. I could go, bro. It's kind of a train wreck, man. It's just the worst of everything thrown into a pot, so to speak. I think that the coaching could be better. I'm not gonna throw Frank Vogel all the way under the bus, but I think his lineups have been questionable all year. I think his rotations, some of not playing Dwight, and little things he's been doing just been questionable to me. And I think they've led to just a lot of inconsistencies with the chemistry of the team. Also think that, let's be honest, the team is old, fam. They old. You got LeBron 37. We expecting him to be third in scoring, trying to carry a team that don't really have no scoring power. Malik Monk is a super bright spot. He about to get paid.
Yeah.
So, because he killing, but I'm just disappointed in AD. Disappointed in, I don't even want to talk about Russell Westbrook. And I love Westbrook because, I watched him play in high school at Lusinger, LA Cat. Great player, obviously, but he just, he seemed like the Monstars came and just took his powers, bro. It just, he'll have these moments where he'll be like kind of okay, but we all see he's a shell of himself, and it's I don't know, it's just bad chemistry, injuries, coaching issues, drama, the media. I mean,
The media is a monster, man. The media is a monster. It can take one little problem and you'll be on the verge of fixing it, and they can just blow it up and cause your team just to go a whole different way just based off that. You know, LeBron, especially just having LeBron on your team, period, it's going to cause that media storm. And it's just like it's kind of unbelievable to me that the chemistry is not working with the Lakers, just having 3 stars in general, like of that caliber on a team. I thought just throwing that together with LeBron will just work out. Me personally, I'm guilty of not necessarily watching every Lakers game this year, but I check in time to time when I'm watching my Nuggets game just to make sure I see what's happening, because of course I don't want them to pass us in the standings. But it's just a lot of shit going down, and it's like I feel like it's kind of overblown, because me personally, I think they can make some noise in the play-in tournament, and I don't care who it is, the Warriors or the Suns. I wouldn't be 100% confident going against LeBron James, AD, and Russell Westbrook in a 7-game series. So on that aspect, as long as you guys are not one and done in the play-in tournament, I feel like anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit's happening right now, but I don't know. Trade deadline, I don't know what they were doing then. I don't know why nothing happened. Nobody moved. That was wild to me. I thought they at least were going to make that Knicks move for Cam Reddish. But I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's tough. It's tough to watch, man, because there's too much potential. We came in as high favorites, and just to crash like this is it's tough. Yeah. It's tough, man.
Yep, it's interesting to see. Speaking of trade deadline, we all heard about the Philly Brooklyn trade. It's kind of the one making the biggest waves in free agency. But we'll get there in a second. I want to talk about these Celtics because we got Shawnee in the building. You guys got Derek White. That's kind of like a low-key good upgrade at the guard position. Defender. I didn't know he was such a good defender over there in San Antonio. I know he can shoot the 3 a little bit. He's been a thorn in Denver's thigh because he did go to Colorado. Me being an Oregon fan, remember him very well. And then him playing in Denver, every time he plays in Denver, they talk about how he played in Colorado, and he does a little something to us every time. So I kind of have a little something knowing about young Derek. But tell me about the Celtics, how you feel about their trajectory and how it's going for y'all.
So I like where we're going. We're kind of up and down at the current moment, the last few games, but we had like a 9-10 game winning streak right after that trade. Which helped us a lot. I like Derek White. He's a good player. I liked him in college. I think he was a little bit overshadowed by what Dejounte Murray, what he does with San Antonio. So he didn't really get a chance to shine too much in San Antonio, but he came at the right time. I mean, we needed him. He fits our style of play, the way our new coach wants us to play. He fits it perfect. We just got to get healthy as far as across the board, and I like our chances as far as making some noise.
Yep. Only a couple of games left. I think it's more like 20 or 21 games left, 22 after the All-Star break. I'm not sure how many you guys played. Yep. So we're kind of almost to the finish line. So me personally, it's more like a waiting game for my Nuggets here. We're sitting in 6th place, tied with the Mavericks, a half game behind the Mavericks for that 5th seed. We're just waiting for Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. to get back. So we're hoping that Jokic can hold the water, keep our team afloat. A lot of our bench players been playing good. We got Bryn Forbes. We traded for, got him in the trade deadline. And then we signed Boogie Cousins to a full contract for the rest of the season. And he's doing a really good job backing up Jokic, and he's learning from Jokic, and that's looking nice. We're on a 6-game winning streak right now, with I think like 9 to like at least half of our games, the remaining games of our games at home. So, and a light schedule, one of the easiest schedules. So I'm thinking we can make that push towards the end of the season, maybe get the 4 or 5 seed, probably end up playing Utah. And seeing what we can do with them. We already had a great series with them, Jamal Murray and Mitchell, back-to-back 50-point games and shit like that. So we'll probably get to see that again first round and see what happens there. I don't know. Hopefully Jokic can pull out this back-to-back MVP. I would love to see that for us, even though they're on Embiid's nuts right now. But yeah, DeMar he's getting off that shit's crazy. Fucking how many 35+ point games? Yeah, and he's doing it from 2. He's doing it from 2.
He ain't doing what the young bull Ja's doing.
Yep. And they're I forgot what they're comparing his numbers to. fuck, I forgot what they were saying on First Take this morning, but he's getting off, man. And Jokic is pretty much doing what he's doing last season. He's 4 triple doubles away from breaking Wilt Chamberlain's record of triple doubles, and he's only like 27, 28, and he's playing center. So I'm hoping once our players come back, we can make some noise and be a sleeper to the playoffs, because, man, the Bucks won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. The Atlanta Braves won the World Series. And if I can get the Nuggets to win a championship, man, my heart would be complete, and I can just melt. But, hey, let's get off that. We talked our basketball. Moving forward into a little bit of football. AKA, you with us still? You awake over there?
A little bit.
So NFL, man, shit's kind of crazy right now. As you guys know, the Rams won the Super Bowl. Yada yada yada. That's over now. New NFL season. Goddamn, it's kind of fucked up how you win Super Bowl one day and the next day they forget about you and don't give a fuck about it. We talk about next season that fast. We're already almost in free agency. The combine is this week. I'm excited to see what my team has next. As you guys know, Tom Brady retired. There's a lot of changes going on with a lot of good teams this year. So I guess the board's being shuffled again, and it's anybody's league again. Sorry, I keep grabbing my nose. This mustache is all in my shit. God damn. But anyways, yeah, so there's a bunch of quarterbacks. This quarterback carousel, I know in free agency is going to be crazy. I don't know if you guys heard. All these quarterbacks either are thinking about wanting to get traded, or they're free agents, or they could be traded. I'm just going to name some of the big ones I got here. That's off the top of my head because I wrote them down, but I don't know where they are. So we got Aaron Rodgers, who may be traded. We have Deshaun Watson, who may be traded after his legal stuff gets cleared up. Russell Wilson wants out. Jimmy Garoppolo is supposedly on the market. Carson Wentz is supposedly getting cut by the Indianapolis Colts. Jameis Winston is supposed to re-sign with the Saints, but who knows? Marcus Mariota, Teddy Bridgewater, Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray has actually had contract disputes with the Ravens, the Cardinals. There's a lot of shuffling may be going on. Baker Mayfield, who knows what's going to happen with him? Who do you guys think is going to be the biggest quarterback change in the NFL this year, and who would be the most surprising to you if they went to what team? If that makes sense.
Surprising.
And there's also Tom Brady might be coming out of retirement to play for the 49ers. That's on the table too, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way Jimmy G is not a 49er next year is if Tom Brady, is making some noise about really going there. They'll make the proper moves to make sure that he's out the way. But as far as some most surprising move would be if Russell Wilson ended up with the Colts. I think that would probably be the most surprising move. He's mentioned teams like Washington, Seattle, or not? Yeah, staying in Seattle, or going to Tampa. Possibly Pittsburgh. Tampa wasn't mentioned by Tampa wasn't mentioned by him, but hey, anything can happen as far as that goes.
Yeah, me personally, I'm hoping this may be bad. Excuse me, PC world out there. I do want Deshaun Watson on the squad. Before he got into his trouble, he was on the trajectory of being one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's only 26 years old. If he's suspended for a year, he can sit behind whoever he needs to sit behind. We got Blaine Gabbert. We'll have him start for 1 year if he's suspended for 4 games, 6 games, whatever it is. Yeah, I know. Hopefully he's acquitted of all these cases. I know 22 cases is hard to believe that the person isn't guilty of what they're being accused of. Ariel, aka, if you don't know what he's being accused of, we talked about it on the podcast, I think. But he has 22 cases or 22 accusations of like misconduct at massage parlors. So he's met girls and asked for inappropriate favors as massages, and there's 22 counts of this. Yeah, and so far he's only had like 8 or 9 of them settled so far. So he has a bunch more to go before he's actually able to play quarterback. But the talent on the field, minus all the off the field stuff, is hands down. Young guy, goddamn national champion, fucking, I don't know, there's endless accolades you can put on the field player there. I honestly would be the most surprised if Russell Wilson ended up a Buccaneer. That would be crazy, because I know whatever somebody gives up to get Russell Wilson is going to be nuts. I would be the most disappointed if the Buccaneers got Jimmy G and they gave the 49ers fucking Tom Brady. That would be fucking nuts. But yeah, what about you, LBZ? Any surprises? Anything you think would be weird?
I mean, I'm more of a basketball guy. You know, I'll be honest. I don't watch football that much. I do follow it somewhat. You know, I was kind of hearing and peeping and wondering where AB would end up. You know, like if he ended up in Baltimore or something.
Okay, back in the league.
That'd be crazy if he ended back. I think, you know, as wild as he'd been, you know, depending on whichever way you feel about it, either way, he could ball, he could play. So I think he'll end up back in the league.
You want to know how I feel about it?
Yeah, how you feel?
I tell you how I feel about this motherfucking AB. Oh God, I don't know. He personally probably cost us a divisional round, I would say, based on some weird ass shit. I don't know. It changes every day. The reason why he did it. He recently posted a picture of his MRI from last year, saying how the Buccaneers tried to fuck him over to play and this and that. Showing an old ass MRI saying pretty much fuck Tom Brady, fuck the team. After he pretty much gave Tom Brady a send off, like he's my brother, no hard feelings type shit. Then he disses him again. Then he's all over. I don't know the plug that Kanye West has on all these people, but he made AB the president of like Donda Sports and shit like that. And he bought a fucking suite out at the Super Bowl and was standing on the rail signing autographs. But if your fucking ankle needs surgery, why you standing on fucking rails and shit? You know what I'm saying? And courtside with Kanye West every game, all the time, flying here, flying that. He also signed a deal with some, I don't know who the fuck he was, but to some record label. Now he's the president of a record label now. It's like, what the fuck is going on, AB? But he probably will get another chance. You know, the talent is there. So no matter what he does on the field, his talent on the field. Yeah. Shit's crazy. Yeah, shit's wild. Let me see what else I got for this NFL stuff. A little bit about the Cowboys. Let's get to your Cowboys. A lot of changes might be happening salary cap wise. There's a couple of teams in salary cap hell, I would say. I wouldn't say you guys are in salary cap hell. I know the Saints are like $73 million over the salary cap. I was talking to a Saints fan the other day. They may lose everybody. They ain't got no quarterback. They ain't got no receivers. They barely got a head coach. The running back's going to jail for beating up somebody. So it's up and down for the Saints. I don't know what's going on with them. I know the Rams have a bunch of high-priced players on their team that they're going to have to for sure get rid of. There's people that are due money that they're not going to be able to sign. Von Miller, Odell Beckham. I don't know. Me personally, I think Odell Beckham should retire, but I don't know about how you guys feel about that. You got, a bunch of players on that team. Go ahead.
Why do you think he should retire?
That nigga be getting hurt. He get hurt hella. And he just got his Super Bowl. I would just be like, all right, I'm tired of my body getting fucked up. I just had a baby. He's hella popular outside of football. He's one of the football players that can make hella money outside of football doing something else. So he got his ring. Everybody knows what you're about. Everybody knows the negative circumstances that you went through as far as getting hurt. It's like, why keep putting your body through this to prove there's something that a lot of people already know? And at this point, after winning the ring, nobody wants to see you go out there and get hurt again and be like, all right, now he's just hurt again. He didn't go out like he did last year after winning the ring. So this is the penultimate way of going out, which what Tom Brady should have did if he was going to retire. God damn it. I hate to keep bringing it back to that, but goddamn. But yeah, Cowboys. I'm not gonna get too far away from them. Oh wait, let me talk about the Packers first. So y'all think Aaron Rodgers is leaving Green Bay?
I think this is as good a chance as any, but I'm not sold on it yet.
No. Yeah, I know they're one of the teams that are in salary cap hell too. I know Aaron Rodgers is talking about wanting to be the highest paid quarterback in the league now. He wants $50 million plus to play. And if they sign him to that money, the rest of the players on that team aren't going to be able to sign back and they're not going to be able to win a Super Bowl.
At 49 years old.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what the fuck. He's going to play like at least 3 more years only, you know what I'm saying, before he's going to fall apart. He ain't on the TB12 method. So I think that man has a couple more years. He's trying to, stronghold the Packers into paying them hella money, thus ruining the team because he's not going to be able to fill the team around him to get them to the Super Bowl. Right. Devontae, I don't know how they're going to pay for him. Probably both the Smith brothers are gone. They're paying 2 running backs. I don't know. It's just a lot of shit going on there, but they're in salary cap hell. So who knows what's going to happen with them. And then lastly, the Cowboys. I know you guys are going to lose somebody. high value, maybe Amari Cooper, maybe D-Law. Do you think you're going to lose D-Law?
I think the person that's at highest risk is Amari.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cooper, yeah.
Do you think he'll stay in division despite y'all for letting him go?
He ain't got no choice. We got him under contract.
Yeah.
We decide where he goes.
Oh, you're going to trade him rather than just cut him? Oh,
no, I ain't going to cut him. They'll trade him. He's still tradable, so you can trade him with Jacksonville or Atlanta or there's Atlanta a few teams. Cool. The Browns was another team they mentioned.
He'll be kind of dirty. He'll be dirty on Atlanta.
Trying to get heat for Landry.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah.
And they also floated the idea of Cole Beasley coming back now that we're going to be in need of a receiver.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I mean, there's hella receivers in the draft too, so I wouldn't be surprised if you guys drafted a receiver first round and like Amari Cooper.
Not first round, unless if Williams falls to us from Bama, then maybe. But I don't see us going.
I'm feeling Treylon Burks though from Arkansas, 6'3".
Burks is nice.
At 27.
Burks is nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice, and he might fall to 27.
You know what I'm saying?
I think somebody else might fall too, like a Stingley or somebody's gonna fall.
I feel it.
Just gotta get the best player available.
I feel that. Yeah, we're hoping to see what happens. Our guard, fucking Ali Marpet, Pro Bowl guard, retired at 28 years old. So might be some shuffling. We have to. Yeah, shit. That fool's nice too. Let me see here. Let's move on to some rapid fire sports before we get into this commercial break, right before we get into some actual pop culture so we can get AK in here to participate and get some opinions in. He looks like he about to either sneeze or fall asleep, so I don't know what's going on down there. So yeah, let's talk about Jorge Masvidal and Covington. Did you guys watch? Are you guys into that? You guys, I know you guys watch MMA, but is that something you guys are excited about? Say yay and nay. No? I'm just surprised he gets so many fights. He just be losing a lot.
Not at all. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I mean, I was thinking he was gonna be better throughout his career. I mean, he hasn't really he gives good fights, but it's always him giving a good fight then come out on bottom. Like he kind of remind me of the UFC's version of the fuck is that his name again? Just retired. The one that you got beat by Bud Crawford. What's his name? Y'all watch boxing?
I forgot. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But Sean Porter. Yeah. Where he give a good fight, but then he always get beat by the best people.
Yeah.
And I like Jorge. Jorge, cool.
Jorge, he dope. I mean, I watched him back when he used to be on those fucking Kimbo tapes with the long ass ponytail. And
Jorge, cool. He could fight. And Kobe, he's proven to me that he's a better fighter than I thought he was.
Yeah, for definitely. Sure.
But I'm just not excited about this fight.
But I don't want to see him get his ass kicked. But I mean,
Jorge is probably going to beat him pretty good. But you never know. It's MMA, and when money's on the line, I mean, hey,
anything can happen. Yeah,
anything can happen. So Kobe Covington come in there and have a great fight. For all we know, but I just don't. I have to see that to believe that.
I feel it. Moving on into some baseball. Well, that fight might be this weekend. So
before baseball, did y'all see Derek Lewis get knocked out?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I do remember that fight being a couple weeks ago. I didn't see it though.
He hit that guy with 3 or 4 really tough shots before.
Oh, he was fucking that dude. He was doing good, but that was it. An elbow? What the fuck was that?
Elbow? Yeah. He rocked him like a good 3 or 4 times where it would have dropped most people, but he has a tough chin.
Yeah.
And he took those punches and he came back with that elbow, and Derek Lewis was just tired at that point.
Yeah, it was
His
good.
balls was hot.
It was good. His probably.
That's what happened.
He was out for a minute. For a minute, but yeah. He was
Damn. But yeah, rapid fire into this baseball. So you guys watch baseball at all? I know my Atlanta Braves just won the World Series last year. They're in a lockout right now. They're locking the players out. There's a dispute on money. The players want more money for what the product they're putting out there on the field. The teams are making a bunch of money off the players, and they feel like they're not getting a lot of money. It's kind of funny to me because they actually, out of all sports, get the most guaranteed money. Especially their stars. I know the lower level and lower tier players probably don't get paid as much. but they're in a dispute right now. They're supposed to come to a decision today about, ending the lockout or not, or else the, opening day game, which is supposed to be March 31st, is going to be canceled, which is a big deal to some people because the sport's already being watched a lot less due to football and basketball. Delaying the sport could be kind of detrimental to the sport itself because it's probably going to phase out because you got to catch up. It's going to lessen the games that are allowed in the season, and that's kind of wild. But me personally, I'm like, whatever. The Braves will be champions for a little bit longer. So how do you guys feel about that if you do care at all? If you care at all?
I feel like it's baseball's trying to take more money from the players is the issue. Trying to get more like the NFL and more like the NBA, where they get more revenue. Even though they're making a lot of money, they're making even more money each year with the new TV contracts and whatnot.
For sure, these games be on TV forever.
But baseball is also, I mean, think of how many people got 300 million plus contracts in the last 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Like that's becoming more of a mainstay as far as these top players. They're all getting 300 plus million, some 400 plus million, 10-year contracts.
God damn.
So, what it is, baseball doesn't want those guaranteed contracts. They want more of a percentage as far as TV revenue and whatnot. It's all greedy, and the players don't want to give up any money, of course. So that's where it's at, man. This was always going to come to a head at some point.
That's shitty, man. I feel like you're making so much money from athletes. You're just now kind of making it up in college. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're going to make a way in that as soon as they possibly can, or try to make some money off the kids making money before they get to the schools and shit like that. It's only a matter of time before that shit happens. But I don't know, man. I just feel like baseball, we need our sports cycle to be how it is, especially in October, that sports equinox, where you have all the sports going at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You got the hockey, you got a little bit of soccer, basketball, football, and baseball all going at the same time. Right. It's magical. It's magical, man. I love that time of year. And for baseball to be stalling like this, it's kind of sad to see. Money is the motive for everything nowadays. But once everybody starts watching the game from the metaverse anyways, they ain't going to make the money anyway. But we'll get to that in a second. But we're going to take a quick commercial break, everybody. It's the Best of Bias podcast. Y'all get you a drink of refreshments. And I'll be right back with y'all. But yeah, man, it's the Best of Bias podcast. We got pop culture topics coming. Plenty of stuff happened the last couple weeks that we definitely need to get into and see these guys' opinions, aka LBZ, Sean E. We'll be right back. It's the Best of Bias podcast. You can't forget Lydell Dinero because that's me. We'll be right back.
My line if she really wanna fuck with me now, cause I'm on. I tell lil' mama hit my line if she really wanna come fuck with me now, cause I'm on. I hear lil' mama make her feel it in her soul. I hear lil' mama make her feel it in her soul. I give her dick and she won't ever leave me alone. I give her dick and she won't ever leave me alone.
What's up, everybody? And we back with the Best of Bias podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed that sports segment. And for all those who don't like sports, come on back. Come on back. We got some pop culture topics for you. AKA might have to run out. He does have work in a little bit. But if you do, just feel free to let us know. And we, no harm taken. But we got some topics here. We'll go through them kind of fast. We won't spend too much time on them. But some of them we will because we might have to delve deep. But starting with this topic here, I know you guys have been hearing about the Ukraine situation, Ukraine and Russia. This ain't a political podcast, but I feel like there's some crazy stuff happening over there that could determine the next couple of years, if not months, of this country. So I wanted to open up the floor to see how you guys felt about it. I don't know 100% what's going on, but from what I got, I guess Russia kind of threatened Ukraine not to join NATO, and he kind of heard that they were. Of course, this is non-political Patrick speaking, so I'm going to kind of put it in layman's terms. They heard that Ukraine was kind of leaning towards joining NATO, and since they did that against Putin's words, he started infiltrating Ukraine to kind of try to combat them joining NATO. Right now, there have been a lot of bombings that took the lives. I don't know what the death count is now, but I know there's a lot of deaths going on out there. The NATO has taken action. Germany, I think Great Britain, the U.S., a couple other countries out there in Europe, are kind of putting forces in the Ukraine to kind of try to stop some of the impositions that the Russians are putting on the UK. They already, took over Chernobyl, blew up the airport, wild shit like that. And I'm just kind of feeling, shit can go down because Putin's threatening any interference from anybody. They'll be hit with like retaliation that they have never seen before and shit like that. And then we got Biden out here talking about they're doing sanctions on financial institutions over there in Russia and shit like that. How do you guys feel about this whole situation? How do you guys feel? What's going on? How do you guys feel?
Can I go first?
Hell yeah! I mean, jump on.
At first, I felt bad because I was sitting there. I'm a boxing fan, and I'm like, okay, I see that Kambosos was kind of ducking Haney, and he was like trying to put together a fight with Lomachenko. Then they said Lomachenko pulled out because he joined a little fight in Ukraine. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to see my fellow boxers, not fellow, but I mean, boxers that I looked up to, I follow right now, be out there involved in that. There's a couple other ones like the Klitschko brothers. Both of them are in Ukraine. One of them is a mayor of some city out there. And then that dude who just beat Anthony Joshua, he's also from Ukraine. He's at Lomachenko's camp. So I started delving deeper into it, and I'm like, we should look out for the Ukrainians or whatever. And then I started seeing all this shit about how they being disrespectful as fuck to black people, and I'm like,
oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I give a fuck anymore.
You guys see those videos?
Let's see it.
No, yeah, they were fucking not letting like black people onto trains, and they're like kicking them off of subways and shit, throwing them off of buses. Being hella racist out there in the Ukraine towards black people. So it kind of, I don't know if it's a media spin. I don't know what kind of shit is it. I don't know, but it was just it was bad. It was a bad look for sure. Kind of like, I don't know. The Russians are good. They could have planted that to get us to care less about the Ukrainian fight. I don't know. That shit is bad.
Propaganda.
Yeah, it was bad.
It could be, but I mean, it's the same time. It's a lot of people out there who are doing it, like students and stuff from college out there.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's crazy. What about y'all down there, LBZ, Sean? How y'all feel about what's going on?
I'll let him go first.
I mean, for me, it's just I don't get too political in general. I just think that obviously it's all like things that's kind of above us. It's kind of it's the money play, of course. All of it's a resource and money play.
Right.
It's unfortunate that innocent people got to be lost, lives got to be lost because of it. I don't have much more to say outside of that. Honestly, I don't know a whole lot about it to really comment. So
right, exactly. I feel that. I'm so confused at what kind of political motivations Russia has for doing what they're doing. But I don't know. All wars, it kind of starts overseas, and people kind of interfere in shit that I don't know. Because somebody put it like this that I was listening to. Just imagine somebody from I don't know, one of your enemies set up shop in like your backyard and was getting ready to, it seemed like they were getting ready to do something to you. How would you feel about it? That's how somebody put it. I don't know if it's that simple at all. I don't know how.
I feel like Russia's been fucking with Ukraine for a long time. I mean, remember when that whole fucking flight, whatever it was, that it was coming from Amsterdam, we got shot down over Ukraine?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't
it
know.
Was done by Russian missiles because there were some rebels that are pro-Russia who were fighting against Ukraine, and they were getting fed weapons and shit by Russia. They got shot down by a fucking Russian missile. Yeah. It was the commercial plane and shit like that. And that, like Russia's been kind of like secretly funding these fucking rebels to fuck with Ukraine for years. So they've had little tensions and shit going on forever.
This shit kind of hitting the fan now. That's why. Sean, you was gonna say something?
I mean, as far as that whole situation over there, man, I never thought in my lifetime I would ever see anything like that. I mean, I wasn't around for World War II. I'm not that old, you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
it like he said, it's a play for me. Any war is always about money, regardless of what they try to mask it to be. It's all about money. It's all about resources. The petroleum,
I heard a lot about gas pipelines.
the nuclear sites, not aggravating, but agitating the West. You know what they call the West.
Yeah.
All of it, all of it goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like Russia didn't make this move not knowing what the ramifications would be. They knew we was going to hit them with sanctions. They didn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they knew that it could potentially lead to something bigger. They didn't care. They still do or are doing what they're doing. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of that has been considered. I can promise you. Is why
right.
Just 2 days ago, Putin was talking about, we're going to activate just in case. We're going to activate our nuclear sites.
God damn. Shit's wild. So,
from a strategy standpoint, like I just look back from the outside looking in, because we ain't over there fighting,
right?
But at the same time, from the outside looking in, you see the plays being made that are may seem insignificant, but they got big meaning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big ramifications. Yeah. Shit's getting wild, man. But ultimately, prayers out to Ukraine. Death is never a light thing. People out there, I've seen a video where a missile just flew past this, civilian's window, family looking out the window, and the airplane was crashing down and shot a missile right past us. It was wild.
Yeah, they're shooting missiles at fucking straight up apartment buildings with civilians in it for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
the shit fucked up, but I mean, ain't no different than what happened.
War's never
pretty. The world.
Yeah.
I was hearing news anchors on there talking about what he say. He was like, "This is we're shooting at our people, our own kind, blonde hair, blue eyed people," and it's like, yeah, motherfuckers is blatant about this shit.
Yeah, it's just wild.
Yeah, and someone was like basically like comparing it to like a third world country, saying how like, well, it's not like it's a third world country with basically saying they're uncivilized or whatnot. Like they're humans, regardless of what they look like or where they're from.
And I heard Sean Penn was on the ground there kind of filming a documentary in the Ukraine right now while shit was going down. Kind of try to tell the history of the war and shit and what's going on while it's happening. So, yeah, like I said, prayers up to everybody out there. Hopefully this can be settled with, I don't know, I guess it is what it is now as far as the war has started. People started fighting. They said that people 18 to 60 can't leave the country. You have to fight if you're a Ukrainian citizen. So shit's getting real.
60?
Yeah. Not to move on to like a super light subject after something so deep. Let's talk about Neo here. Neo's toxic comments. Neo said, if women want to stop being called bitches and being demeaned, they should stop listening to the music that demeans them and stop dancing to it. And maybe that will help them not get demeaned as much. Fellas, how do you feel about this goal and tactic that Neo has set out to get females not to get demeaned? What do you guys think?
I feel like that comment is gonna make a lot of women mad. He's not completely wrong.
He's not wrong.
Yep.
He's not wrong at all. But it's just the women don't like to hear things directly.
They don't like to be held accountable for stuff.
I mean, we all know that, but yeah.
I'm gonna get fucked up for that, right?
Yeah.
He said, basically.
I'm gonna get snuck walking out of here. Watch.
Somewhere your mama's burning the back of your head down with some eyeballs right now.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, it's just one of those things where a lot of times with women, you have to break the news to them in a certain way. You know what I mean? Like he could have said that same thing, but said it in a different way to where they would have understood where he was coming from. Whether they disagree or agree, they would at least understood where he's coming from. Yeah. But as a man, I completely understand what he's saying because he's being direct and he's just saying it. I mean, he's not beating around the bush. So there's really no misunderstanding. It's just women will get in their feelings and misunderstand it by just being mad and not really hearing what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Okay, we cooking now. What you guys act? We cooking.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I don't know. For me, it's just it's multifaceted because what the music that's being pushed by these record labels, I feel like the women are being pushed to to make is these WAPs and these different records, you know, all these records over sexualizing them. So that's kind of what they get fed. But it is also, it's a lot of truth to it. I think Neo maybe could have worded it a little better, you know, for sure. But it's true to it. It's definitely true to it. You know, it's social media just kind of gave everybody a platform to where they could just, you know, say whatever, and people worship Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and all these women, and they just live by that shit, and then they get looked at a certain way because of it, basically. So
Yep. Yeah.
Everybody want to be a city girl,
right? And then when a nigga say he don't want a city girl, it's a problem because judging.
Hey, I don't think he should get in trouble for saying that. I mean, look, they are double standards like a motherfucker when it comes to men and women. Like, we shouldn't have to sugarcoat shit. I'm gonna be honest, because they got on 50 Cent for being fat and said nothing about Lizzo when she out there posing naked and doing all kind of crazy shit. So it's like, whenever it's a dude, they don't give a fuck. Motherfucker say I got mental issues, nigga, suck that shit up and put your chest out.
And they be posting.
You cradle the fuck out of him. You gotta.
That's a big
fact. He cooking right now. He cooking right now.
He cooking with fish grease.
Fish grease right now.
They get mad. This is real. They get mad at men when men say shit about women like that. But when you hear songs like bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, and women get mad, it's like, was you a bitch? I wasn't talking about you.
Yeah.
But then women say shit like men ain't shit, and then you're like, God damn, like nigga, literally I'm a man. So like,
we could take it one step deeper and just talk about, I know this is kind of weird, but all these dudes on Twitter getting exposed for these dick pics and shit. People are kind of demeaning them for their size and shit like that. Women are all on. If a guy was to do that to some famous celebrity woman, they would get slandered for that and thrashed for shit like that.
They would definitely get slandered. But I also feel like if you put your shit out there like that and taking pictures like that, you putting yourself out there to be judged by other people.
Exactly.
Even if it's just in a group chat.
I don't buy that accident shit. There's no way niggas.
Yeah, no, it ain't no accident.
I never buy that. I never buy that.
We didn't. I mean, not we didn't all. You get what I'm saying. If you had a little bit of a wild past, you send a picture or two that looking back like, man, why I send that shit?
Moving on to some of this toxicity.
But you can't control what happens after you send it. You hit that send button.
Yeah, it's a
wrap. Whatever happens after that happens.
I'll be feeling like sometimes maybe the cell phone companies, it's the cloud, whoever runs the cloud, like this nasty ass nigga. You trying to delete it? That shit is still in the cloud. Nigga. We saw what you did already.
Saw what you did.
But
did last summer.
Moving on with this toxicity. Let's talk about this Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lane updates and their little court case. So recently, I guess Academics was putting on Twitter that there was a development in the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lane's case, saying there's no DNA or gun residue of found on Tory Lane's, and there was none of Tory Lane's DNA on the weapon at all that shot Meg Thee Stallion. So people are kind of saying that this proves that Meg Thee Stallion was lying. It was somebody else that did it. During this time, Tory Lanez also puts out I don't know if it's Instagram or Twitter, something about giving good dick to two friends was my mistake, but got them both catching feelings, and now we are where we are. And then that got a response from Meg Thee Stallion. It was like, oh, so you think that's what you're gonna say for shooting a woman or something like that? If that's what it is, why have you been apologizing to me? And she posted a text message thread of him saying, I'm sorry, I was drunk, blah, blah, blah. Not really saying what he was apologizing for, but she kind of posted it to kind of make it seem like this is what he was saying, an apology to her for shooting her. But then he goes back to also say that's not what he was apologizing for. You didn't even put the messages in context. Basically, what do you guys feel about I don't know if you guys have been following the case at all. I don't know if you guys are over it by now. The he say, she say is kind of getting overwhelming at this point. But what do you guys think about this new development of no DNA from Tory Lanez being found on the gun?
You know what? I think that I think it's always kind of sound a little fishy. I'm not taking sides because I don't really know all the details. Of course, it's still like at the pre-trial and shit, but it seemed like it just seemed like it seemed suspect. It seemed like it could it could go either way to me at this point. You feel me? It seems like it could theoretically be that there was a whole lot of alcohol involved. Maybe he did smash Meg and her best friend. Maybe that played a role and made things get sticky. You know, maybe she don't really know who shot intended. Her. Yeah, exactly. So to me at this point, it's a lot of he say, she say. It's a lot of back and forth trying to change the narrative on both sides. And I mean, I think we'll see the truth come out. The worst part about it to me of all is that I think even if Tory's exonerated, so to speak, if he is proven innocent, I don't think it's gonna get a whole lot of buzz. I don't think he's gonna get any kind of real, you know, quote unquote apology or any kind of, you know, like reversal of people's feelings for him. You know, he's still gonna get canceled by some people. Yeah, you know, that's the unfortunate part about it. You know, when these accusations come out, people already make their decisions. They make their mind up about you. And if you're a black man, they probably automatically believe you did it and write you off. And even if it come out one way or another, from that point on, that's kind of the view they have of you and the reputation you have sometimes to the common folk. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, and you can't recoup the money that he lost from those albums that he put out that got blacklisted or blackballed, and nobody was able to see him on iTunes, and all the concerts that he lost from not being able to perform. So if he is proven innocent in this whole case, there has to be some kind of recoup of something.
Yeah, all the legal fees.
Right, it's gonna be a whole nother case to go to. But yeah, AKA Sean, who's next? Who got something to say about it?
I think it's a setup.
What do you mean?
It smells like a setup to me.
Low key, it does.
I've always been a person that's been able to. I can not read a whole book. I can like look at the beginning of a book, maybe read the first chapter or two, go read the end of the book, the last chapter or two, and I could tell you what happened. Maybe not exactly, you know, what happened, but I can get the gist of what the story is based on the beginning and the end. Mm-hmm. Context clues, you know, I'm always been good at context clues. So you just look at everything that happened in that situation. I'm like, wait a minute. If you get shot in your foot, there's no way you're limping back to the police. You know, that was like, wait, what a minute. You're limping back to the police. You know, they're telling you commands to walk backwards, and she's able to walk backwards with a foot that just been shot. Not happening. But, you know, I'll play along. Okay. You know, you say all that happened. Right. You know, exactly. Like right afterwards. I'm like, okay, well, if he shot a gun, the first thing they're going to do is hit you with the little solution to see if you got residue on your arm and hand. Mm-hmm. Anybody with a common sense could tell you that. That'll tell you right there if he at least shot a gun. You know, whether he shot her or not is a whole different story, but that'll at least tell you whether he at least shot a gun, right? But no, you know, we didn't hear all this time. We ain't heard that, and that would have been like the first thing we would have heard is, oh, he got gun residue on his hand. You know, well, he must have shot somebody or shot her or something. Mm-hmm. Got to be guilty, right? No. So, you know, you start digging into it a little bit more. Right after that situation happened, Tory Lanez dropped those NFTs, and he made like $1 million in 30 seconds or something crazy, right? He figured out, he was the first artist or anybody to figure out how to monetize NFTs in the music industry.
Yeah.
This is my theory of what happened. I feel like he was ready to get off his label. You know, they had been messing with his albums and messing with his radio plays and things like that had been messing with his money ultimately. So I think he was like, you know what? I don't need my label. I can make money. You know, he learned about the NFTs and he's like, I can make money this way. And I don't have to cut anybody else in. That's all my money, all my profit. He don't cut nobody else in. There's no middleman. There's no 360 deal. There's no contract with anybody else. All that $1 million he made was all his money. Mm-hmm. And not only did he make that money, he told other artists about it.
And how to do it.
Mm-hmm. All he had to really do was mention it. And the fact that he made $1 million of his own money that he don't got to give to nobody else other than, you know, pay taxes, of course. But he made all that money in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And so all the people that made money or that bought his album could go turn around and make their own money.
So he did mention that he was the first artist to have his actual fans make money as well. Yeah, it was smart.
Revolutionary, bro. Mm-hmm. And not only that, the music industry is a powerful industry. You know, I think they got scared. It was like, whoa, wait a minute. hey, Meg, go do this for us, you know? go set this guy up real quick, you know? And I also think it had to do something with, you know, him probably either messing with her friend or somebody she's cool with. Because there were rumors about him and Kylie that night and all of that, you know, I don't know all that, but you know,
he was probably just saying that to boost his ego right there. He was like, yeah, I was also trying to get at Kylie.
Nah,
or you never know.
Hollywood's a weird place, man. Hollywood's a really weird place.
At the same time,
it's the weirdest place I've ever been to. I love Hollywood to visit, to go hang out, things like that. There's a lot to do in Hollywood. But
plus,
Hollywood is the weirdest place I've ever been.
Yeah.
And people are people.
The weirdest people.
So if like you see people out here who get mad as fuck and do shit like weaponize their kids because a man want to leave them or do some shit like that.
Right.
I'm not saying Meg did this, but I'm just saying people are people. You can't just say just because she's a celebrity she wouldn't pull the same type of shit.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, just playing into my theory though, think about this. She's in contract hell with her label now. She's said that they haven't paid her a dime since she's been on the label.
Well, she on Rock Nation.
Apparently, she owes them money.
Yeah.
So at that point, you owe somebody money, you're willing to do whatever you have to do because you owe that person money, right? Or you're trying to get your money, or you know, like it's not completely, you know, like unthinkable that some shit like that could have happened to where her label said, "Hey, you got to do this."
100%, because I believe she's actually only managed by Rock Nation, but yeah, she is still in like disputes with her label.
She's managed by Rock Nation, but she's under contract with that original,
with the dude from Houston.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's been the whole dispute. Is Rock Nation trying to get her out of that contract so she can start making some money and they can make money off of her, but she's in a ironclad contract that, you know, she was in before.
Like all these 360, gotta get it back in blood.
Everybody's making money off of her except her.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, it makes sense, man. I have no idea, man. And Tory Lanez was on a great trajectory. He was killing it with that quarantine radio. 1 million viewers on that shit. Broke Instagram with that shit. They kicked him off that a couple times. So yeah, so
they hate on the man because he revolutionized it. Nobody thought about making money on Instagram until he really. I mean, it took the pandemic year to do it, but you know, he understood content and how to get it out there to the people and how to get them what they wanted. You know, like he wasn't on there. It wasn't on no OnlyFans type shit, but he was pressing that button a little bit, the line, towing that line.
Well, yeah,
and for it was a little bit racy, but it was making people watch.
Yeah, and Tory Lanez ain't no like quick flame. I've been listening to Tory Lanez my first couple years in college, and I graduated hella long ago. You know what I'm saying? It took a while for him to get to this place, and for him to build what he built, they hated on him right when he actually broke. They tried to hate on him with the beef with Drake. They tried to get him out of there with that. Then he mended that, and they tried to get him out of there again, step by step, trying to get him out of there.
Exactly. They've been trying to hate on this man for a long time, but he's talented. I'm not saying he's the greatest artist ever or anything like that, but he's got talent, and because of that talent, he's got fans. He's got real fans.
He's super talented, bro.
He's super talented.
He got real fans. You know what I'm saying? So his fans are gonna ride with him because they understand the talent. You know what I mean? Like I don't like everything he puts out, but I don't like everything anybody puts out.
I didn't really like that 80s album that much.
I mean, but there's nobody that comes out with 100% hit rate.
Yeah, and the people that do on that first album, you fuck up and then put all your hits on one album like Bryson Tiller did on his first album.
But he's so talented. I mean, mixtapes, albums, everything he's really doing is at least cutting edge. You know what I mean? Like he's taking chances. He's doing things like Kid Cudi was doing the same thing for a little bit too before, you know, he started having some issues with the record label, all of that too. But you know, there's certain people that just they try to, you know, innovate with their music.
And when they do, there's always
the story. But they're out there innovating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But when you get too far out there, especially as a black artist, they're gonna try to pull your ass right back
every time.
When it comes to the money, to the money. They don't care if you out there just doing what you want to do. That's fine. But when you taking money out of their pockets, that's when it's the issue.
It's as soon as you find a way to make money without the middleman, without they hand,
They're like, wait a minute, where's my cut? You're like, yo, cut. You didn't have nothing to do with me making this music.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like that's just one thing with the music industry is, you know, they try to entice all these artists with, different things as far as the drugs and alcohol and
I heard
women and
I heard one of the coldest things. Vince Staples came on to Joe Budden's podcast, called in. He said these labels try to pay you with notoriety now. They don't want to give you no money.
Yes.
They try to give you the attention, and they feel like that attention
we're this big label.
Yeah, that fame is what you want, and that fame is payment enough. Right. And we'll take the money that you give us for all the product, but we'll give you that fame that you just want that clout anyway.
They'll give you anything you want at first. They're going to put you in a nice house. Hey man, don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of everything. They put you in a nice house. They giving you a budget so you can go buy clothes. They give you access to women and men who are whatever you're into. They give you access to cars. Everything that you could want, you have access to.
Yeah,
it's not yours, but you have access to
it. And whenever they shoot you these advances, what they don't tell you is that money is to create your album, but you can't make money until you recoup all that money back. And a lot of these rappers, if they don't recoup that money back, they in debt with the label. And now they shelved and they owe the label
They
money.
want you to go buy a chain. Kanye
they want you to go buy some. Exactly.
I got my advance. I went straight to Jacob. He went straight to Jacob the jeweler as soon as he got his advance. That's what they want you to do, is go buy some jewelry, go buy a car. Yeah, man. Go buy a house. Yeah, go do that. Go buy this jewelry. Yeah, go buy that shiny car over there. Go ahead. And when you spend all that money, like he said, they gonna like, hey, well, now we need to pay for a video. Now we need to pay for, airplay on the radio. We need to pay for this. We're looking to get that money back, and that's how all these artists are in debt.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut out though. I'm gonna have to pull it out real quick.
Okay, for sure.
Have a good night, brother. Have a good night.
All right, fam.
For sure.
All right, moving on. Talking about some. All right, then, man. Talking about some other sick individuals. Let's talk about this teacher and this sheriff. I forgot exactly what city it was in. It's Louisiana. Oh man. They got 41 years in prison. This teacher brought cum-filled baked goods to school, and they fed them to the kids. There was a sick ass individual. Her and her husband got hit with like 72 charges of various sex crimes. Rape, child porn, a whole bunch of criminal charges. They're facing like 70 years in jail. I just wanted to see how y'all felt about this. It's a sick people in this world. I never thought I'd hear a story like this. A sheriff and a teacher, two jobs and occupations we expect to protect and serve, teach and influence, are doing dumb shit like this. How y'all feel about that?
You could honestly, I don't really.
Hey man, there's some sick people in this world. There's no way they did that and didn't know. Is another. Regardless of whether it was her knowing, whether it was the husband think he was playing a joke, there's just either way, it was a sick individual's mind to do that, regardless of whether it was her, him, or both.
Yeah.
The sick individual to do that, even if you think it's a joke, even if you think it's not going to go to any kids or anything, it's just a sick thing to even think to do. It doesn't surprise me that it's in Louisiana. Louisiana's got some interesting people, to say the least. They're not all of Louisiana, but there's just definitely some interesting people there for sure. Been there a few times.
Yeah, it's wild, and these people deliberately gave them these I don't want to say edibles, these baked.
Well, I mean, there was the teacher a few months ago that gave her kid lollipops that were edibles.
Yeah, and
it's just the thing that's going on right now with these teachers, and I blame it on our system as a whole, man, because these teachers are being paid $30,000, $35,000 a year,
not being put up with
correctly, a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and because of that, you got these teachers quitting. You got substitute teachers in there. They make even less money.
They don't give a fuck about nothing.
It's a system full of bad education. You know what I mean? And you ain't got the right people in there trying to educate the kids that need to be there.
Yeah. I think it's I just think it's like a conversation about mental health. Because to me, in my opinion, for anybody to, number one, think up that idea, premeditate that. Number two, actually execute and go through with that and be willing to serve that to children, obviously has some mental issues, not excusing or justifying it whatsoever. But To your point, echo that point. I mean, yeah, teachers should be paid more because that's a very vital occupation. You know, they should be maybe vetted more, maybe
But yeah, for sure. Bigger pay means better
more.
quality.
Exactly, better quality. You get more people. You don't just get anybody walking in there and being able to be a teacher. I know. I was hearing that they were saying some, like in the pandemic, some people were being allowed to be substitute teachers or teachers just because if they had a high school diploma because they were short staffed and things of that nature. So it's just very low on the totem pole of quality of jobs, and it should be way higher than it is because it's literally what we all have to be pipelined through in life, in society. So
yeah, it molds you growing up. Yeah,
it molds you growing up. And I mean, for me, just on the side human note, I got kids, bro. So if I heard about any, it's some sick people out there, bro. If I heard about any teacher doing that, then I'd probably be in jail right with him, bro.
Yeah,
just think of how many bad teachers each one of you had growing up.
Yeah,
I still to this day, I'm 30 some years old, and I could think back to some teachers that still in my mind, like I remember those teachers, and they were just bad.
And I just can't imagine around kids. I can't imagine Gen Z people becoming teachers in the first place. I heard of another case where at a school, this 2-year-old got left in a dark classroom because the teacher left because their ride was late. The teacher left them in a dark classroom with the doors locked.
3-4 days ago.
Right, yeah. And they couldn't get
3-4 days ago in New York.
Couldn't get the kid out of the building because the doors were locked and everybody left. Yeah.
The mom was 15 minutes late, and so they closed up shop. She didn't know her kid was in there until her kid put a chair next to the window and stood up on the chair.
Yeah. What? It's nutty. The schooling, they need to be vetted more. They can't just give out licenses. They should be paid more, so it's harder to get the job.
Paid more, absolutely.
Yeah, that'll weed out a lot of bad apples right there.
They need to be paid more, but they need to be held to higher standards. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's crazy, man. The fact that, like you said, it was even executed was wild.
Yeah, it's nuts. And just imagine, it's like these are the kids that need to be supervised. I feel like the more, I don't want to say more qualified teachers to teach the younger kids, but I feel like we should have higher quality people teach our younger kids, because I don't need a disciplinarian or anything like that. Just somebody that can teach and be very caring and attentive. I mean, I'm sure a lot of cases aren't, like this. These are extreme cases we're talking about.
They gotta pay more, bottom line, bro. Think about you talk about Generation Z being teachers. Who's gonna want to be a teacher at that? Yeah, that's coming up in that generation.
That's a good point.
That's a very good point.
Who's even gonna want to do that profession? Like they know. Like you think back, I think back to some of the shit that we did or that I saw personally done to teachers back in the day. That was just silly, just dumb shit. That's like, come on, man, teacher ain't got to put up with that.
Exactly. And then you got to go home and live your regular life afterwards.
And I wasn't even a bad kid, but I'm just saying, like, even in my day, they were doing some stuff to the teachers. It was like, man, these teachers don't get paid enough for that.
Yeah.
Like, to put up with this kid's nonsense just because he wants to act out, like for no other reason, or just because he has some things going on at home, he wants to take it out on the teacher, him or her. It wasn't just guys; it was the girls too sometimes. But it's just crazy some of the things these teachers go through.
Yeah,
these kids are gonna want to grow up. Teaching is gonna be the furthest thing from their mind.
Man, exactly. They're gonna be all influencers, social media influencers.
That's it.
This one thing that this pandemic did was groom a bunch of entrepreneurs, and everybody's figuring they can do shit themselves and make money themselves without having to work 40-hour work weeks and burn themselves out each week and kind of make their own money. You know what I'm saying? AKA Tory lanez, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make your own money, buck the system. But sometimes, shit gets pulled back down to earth. But we are coming to another commercial break here. I just want to send one more video to you guys, or actually get with you guys one more time after this break. Talk a little bit about your music, LBZ, and what you got going. And Sean E, some stuff you may got going before we get up out of here. But last break, we'll come back, wrap it up, and just, let the Best of Bias family get a rest, because we've been talking for a little bit. We got a lot of information in their ears, and I'm sure they're grateful about it. But one more break, we're going to come back, and we're going to let them know what's up with us. You know what I'm saying? Best of Bias podcast will be right back. Boom.
You moving too slow. pick it up, do it fast. Them heathens is coming, they right on your ass. As hot as the desert, that eagle of blast. They aiming for shit, but intentions is bad. This shit getting crazy, you better think quick. You praying to God, it's the life that you pick. Your pride is the devil, you live like a rebel. You carry that metal, but die by the stick. This is it, ain't no more second chance. Will you make it? Let's see, that depends. Either die or get thrown in the pen. As the cycle continues to spin, we hope that it ends. Don't see many nearer. You niggas was brainwashed to shoot at the mirror. You live life in terror, but feel it's the norm. Don't try to get out, you just weather the storm. Just don't feel entitled. My survival's all that matters when it's said and done. Cutthroats, homicidal, on the Bible. It ain't over till the war is won.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for being with us. We're to the end of the episode. I know it's been a long one, but thank you guys for being here. We back, episode 104 in the books. But this is the part of the episode where I like to let, the Best of Bias family know where they can find you at and let them know what you guys got going. LBZ, I know you into the music thing. Let them know where to find your music. What you got going? Let you tell it. What's going on, player?
Yeah, LBZ, laid back Zach. So pretty much everywhere. LAIDDBACKZACH. I know it's long. I wanted to go by LBZ on a lot of things, but it was taken by a lot of different cats. So that's a marketing, conflict. I'm kind of working through branding wise, but you can find me everywhere on that. I'm on Spotify once again. LAIDDBACKZACH. I got some new music coming out soon. A lot of new music, matter of fact. I'm gonna drop a lot of albums this year. As we all know, the music industry is very disposable and the cycle is very rapid at this point. So, albums don't live that long. Albums that used to live a few months, they live 3 weeks at best. Mm-hmm. And that's like, the heavy hitters. So I feel like music and the consumption of music is moving a lot faster. So I've been just in the studio every week. Right now, I got a lot of music out, though. I got my most recent album, In the Gray Area, is out. It's a nice mixture of, you got a lot of jazz influence, R&B, hip hop. Nice. I'm rapping, doing a whole lot on there. I write for a few other people, doing shows, got some videos coming out. So nice. A lot coming out soon, For sure. I'm on Instagram, all that. So check me out.
Definitely check them out. A lot of stuff upcoming, as you guys have just heard. So check them out. Laid back Zach, you know what I'm saying? On all platforms, as you can see. YouTube, you know a lot about YouTube. That's where you watch us at. That's where you're watching us at now. So just go ahead, type it in there, check out some videos, hit the subscribe button, like, bell, so you know when he drops some shit. You know what I'm saying? Lots of stuff coming, as he said. Lots of fire. Trust me. I know firsthand. Sean E, my guy.
Yes, sir.
What you got going? Where can the people find you at?
Find me at Sean_E. The first E is a letter 3. Number 3. Sorry, not the letter. Number 3. Sean E. Real simple. Find me on Instagram. Whatnot if you need to get a holler at me.
You know what I'm saying? Comment below if you're trying to holler at him. And we got plenty of episodes with him in it. It's like his 3rd or 4th episode. So go back, check out the episodes. You know what I'm saying? If you're feeling what he's putting down, go.
You want to talk some politics? You want to talk?
We'll be on here. He'll be on here plenty more times. You know what I'm saying? Got all the guests. It's the Best of Bias family out here. We're trying to get everybody on here. Plenty of talented friends and family out there. They got a lot of stuff going. I want to bring that to you guys. You know what I'm saying? You know where to find your boy at. It's your boy, Lydell Dinero. SAC_Lydell on the Instagram. Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. If you're looking for anything Best of Bias related, you can go ahead and type that into the URL. You can find our website up. More merch coming soon. We got brand new hats, bucket hats, dad hats, and beanies dropping soon. As soon as next month, mid next month, I got y'all. Hit me up, DM me for some inquiries. I still got truckers in this design, but brand new design coming. I'm gonna drop them tomorrow morning, the design at least, on Instagram so y'all can see. You can find us on YouTube, of course, Best of Bias. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep watching the videos, man. AKA puts a lot of work into those clips and all that shit, from show reviews, all that stuff we do. Everything you're hearing for our audio listeners, go check it out on YouTube. If you ain't got these platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Anchor. If you ain't got any of that, you can go check out all the podcasts. We got like 59 to 60 episodes up now. hour long, all we'll be talking about. You know what I'm saying? You can catch us on there, contact us on there, subscribe. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star review. Tell us how we're doing, because once we get to that 200 reviews, 200 5-star reviews, we can become actual movie critics, official for Rotten Tomatoes. And we do a lot of movie and TV show reviews, and we would love that. Like I said, get your merch soon. Plenty of more guests coming soon. Plenty of content coming soon. We got Anime Kumite coming, probably going to drop for you probably this weekend as well. Of course, this episode is dropping on Friday, so plenty more coming, as you can see. But anything else, fellas? We'll get you guys up out of here.
I just want to say, I appreciate y'all having me on the podcast. It's all love. I've been wanting to get on here for a while, support y'all. I definitely need a beanie. I'm definitely going to be watching. I'll definitely be down to get on the episode in the future. So appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome anytime, Shawnee. You already know he's invited anytime when he get on here to talk about something. We out. You know what I'm saying? We out here talking about anything, anytime. It's the best of bias. Whatever you want to talk about, bring it to the table. We talk about your bias. But as of now, we're going to get up out of here. So like I like to say at the end of these episodes, where my theme song at, it's right here. All right, y'all. Have a good one.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah.